Hey Math Aces! Welcome to Mr. Ace Math. In this video, we're going to take this fraction and convert it into its equivalent decimal form. In order to do that, we need to follow these 3 steps. Step number 1 is to divide the numerator by the denominator. In case you don't remember, this number on top is the numerator. And this number in the bottom of the fraction is the denominator. And since we know we're going to divide, let's set up our long division notation. Our numerator 7 is the number that's going to get divided. So that's going to be inside our long division notation. So I'll put that right here. And the denominator, this 12, is going to be doing the dividing. That makes it the divisor, and that means it goes right outside the long division notation. So I'll put it right here. So now we're done with step 1 and on to step 2. We're gonna have to place a decimal point in the dividend and the quotient. The dividend is the value inside the long division notation. So I'll start by placing a decimal point right after this 7. And the quotient is our answer, and it's the value located right above the long division notation. Now this part's very important, so make sure you're paying very close attention. When you place your decimal point in the quotient, you need to place it directly above the decimal point down here in the dividend. So I'll place it right here. Don't place it to the far left, don't place it to the far right. It needs to be directly above the decimal point in the dividend. So now we're through with step 2 and we're on to step 3. And step 3 says to annex zeros as needed. That word annex might look tricky, but it just means to use zeros as placeholders to the right of the decimal point. So we'll start by placing 1 0 right here. So now that we've finished going through our 3 steps and our long division is all set up, we're ready to divide, column by column. How many times can 12 go into 7? Well, it can't. And the number that says that is the number 0. So I'll place that right above this 7. And since we know 12 can't go into 7, now we're going to try to go into 70. And how many times can 12 go into 70? Well, that's 5 times. So I'll place a 5 right above this 0. And then multiply 5 times 12, which gives me 60. And then I'll write 60 right below 70. I'm going to have to subtract these values. And 0 minus 0 is just 0. 7 minus 6 is 1. Since our remainder is 10, that means we've still got work to do. So we have to annex another 0, bring it down, and then repeat the process. How many times can 12 go into 100? Well, that's 8 times. So I'll put an 8 right up here, and then multiply 12 times 8. In case you're not sure, let's do the work on the side right here. So let's find out what 12 times 8 is. 8 times 2 is 16. Bring down the 6, carry the 1. 8 times 1 is 8, plus this 1 is 9. So here, we're going to have to write 96. We're going to have to subtract these values. I can't do 0 minus 6, and I can't borrow from nothing. So this 1 will become 0, this will become 10, and then this 10 will become a 9 to make this 0 a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. And 9 minus 9 is 0. Since I have a remainder, it means I still have some work to do. So I'll annex a 0, bring it down, and repeat the process. How many times can 12 go into 40? Well, that's 3. So I'll write a 3 over here and then multiply 3 times 12 to find out what that will be. In case you're unsure, let's do a little work on the side. 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 1 is 3. So 12 times 3 is 36. So that's what we'll put right here. So we can't subtract 0 minus 6, so we'll borrow from 4, make that a 3, and then the 0 will become a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. And 3 minus 3 is 0. This looks familiar because in the last step I had to divide 4 as well. So let's see if that repeats. But before I can do that, I need to annex a 0, bring it down, and repeat the process. And just like last time, how many times can 12 go into 40? That's going to be 3 again, because 3 times 12 is 36. When I subtract that, I'll end up getting 4, and that means this is going to repeat over and over again. So we're just going to keep getting 3s forever and ever. So we could say that the fraction 7 over 12 is equivalent to the decimal 0.583 with a repeating 3. Properly read as 583 thousandths where 3 repeats.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Questions? Comments? Leave them down below.
And thanks for using Mr. Ace Math. Don't just pass math, ace it.